Good afternoon, everybody. So today, I just kind of wanted to talk about communicating like adults. I don't know if y'all remember, because I'm a little bit older, so sometimes I don't even remember. But when we were kids, how when we started to whine and cry because we wanted something, all of that there, how your parents would be like, "No, stop that whining. Tell me what you want. Communicate. Say what you have to say." I guess we should have learned then, and a lot of us didn't, because now, even as grown adults, we whine and we cry and we complain about the things that we want to other people, or we do it because they don't understand what we want. And that's not the way things work now that we're grown, and it didn't work then either. So we should have known better than to carry it over until our adult years, but obviously not. So we have to learn that people are not mind readers, that people were not put here to try to figure us out. They were not put here to cater to our every need or do things exactly the way that we want them done. Everything is a compromise. Everything is a negotiation. Everything is give and take. Okay. If you want somebody to understand you, you have to take time to understand that person. You have to take time to make sure that you're actually understandable. Some of us pride ourselves on being, what's the word I'm looking for? On being hard to figure out, being hard to get along with, being hard to understand. Then wonder why we lonely, why we can't get along with anybody, why we always by ourselves, and we struggle with that too. So you gotta make up your freaking mind about what you want. And in order to get what you want, you gotta open your mouth and talk, and you have to talk and communicate effectively. It's not that hard, really. A lot of people are afraid to be vulnerable, but we all know closed mouths don't get fed. So how can you even get what you want or need if you don't say anything, if you don't express anything? How can people understand you and get to know you if you don't express yourself? Like, it don't make any sense how much we try to keep ourselves closed off from the world, but then get pissed off when people don't understand us. That makes no sense. So you gotta jump out there and learn to be a communicator. Learn how to tell people what you want in a way that's effective to actually getting what you want. You don't make demands. You don't act like people owe you. You don't threaten. You don't use fear or anything like that to get what you want from people, because that's not effective communication. When we were younger, you think it would stick because that cookie you wanted, that juice you wanted, that toy you wanted, you wouldn't get it until you settled down and you communicated your thoughts, like not necessarily like an adult at the time, but in a way that was effective communication to your parents, in the right way, in a proper way, in a respectful way. That doesn't go away when we get older. It doesn't go away because we can get things on our own. Obviously, there's still things that we want, and there's still people that we have to talk to and go through to get them. So the best thing to do is learn how to communicate with everybody effectively: your children, your parents, your coworkers, your siblings, your cousins, your friends, everybody. Even when you go to the store, strangers. Learn how to communicate with strangers. We be so quick to talk to people any kind of way, not knowing what people are going through, or we just are so one-sided and selfish that it doesn't matter what the other person is going through. It doesn't matter what they want. It doesn't matter if they get anything out of the situation. It's just me, 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 I, what I want, what I need, where I want to go, what I say, what I do. So we definitely have to change that around. We definitely have to learn to talk to each other. Even if we agree to disagree, communication can still be effective. Nobody said that we absolutely had to get along, or we absolutely had to have the same frame of mind, or the same ideals, goals, habits, behaviors, preferences. Nobody said that. It's just the fact that we can't go into relationships, or we can't even further or better relationships unless we learn how to communicate with each other in an effective manner that both people can understand. And if it's not compatible, then both people can just walk away and leave it alone. It's really as simple as that. We're grown now, people. We are grown now. And there is no reason that we shouldn't be able to clearly and concisely express what we want, what we need, in a way that's beneficial to everybody, the person receiving and the person giving. We're not children anymore. We can't throw temper tantrums and fits and think that that's going to work. You can fall out and start kicking in the store if you want to. You have to get arrested or shot, one of the two. So you got to learn to open your mouth and speak effectively. That's it. Playtime is over. we are being stagnant because we're not talking to people effectively. We're not communicating effectively, and it's really holding us up. And we wonder why we are where we are is because we can't really get together and talk and get our point across in a way that'll help us to move forward. So, time to communicate like adults. Time to take a look inward and see what we as individuals have to do within ourselves in order to express ourselves better, get our thoughts across better, get our needs across and our wants across better, and not always look outside and try to blame somebody for not understanding us or not giving in to what we want. They may not know. They may not have a clue. In all actuality, they might not even care because we're not putting it out there the right way. So let's learn to communicate like adults. Let's learn to talk to each other with respect. Let's learn to agree to disagree and not use that as a dismissal. Just use that as a way to not make things escalate, but everybody understands everybody's opinion without necessarily agreeing. Yes, let's communicate like adults. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The S Word and check out my website, www.thesword.com.